Hey time travelers, I was looking into getting a microphone alternative because whenever I was filming with Charlie, we always had to do something different each time for his mic. Like sometimes we would use this old cell phone that I call Rando phone, put it in his pocket, but it's so big it would fall out of his pocket. And then sometimes he'd be the cameraman and he'd be really close working to me, working the gimbal, and I would just plug his mic into the microphone port right there, and that was easy. But I was thinking, like, how would I have it so that he could have his mic plugged into a camera that was remote? And I stumbled onto the LENSGO LWM318C, which I'll be reviewing in this video. I got it because it's like a pretty tiny thing, and it's got a receiver and a transmitter that you could put practically anywhere, and it's got a really strong clip. So let's get on to the initial testing. Now this mic comes with a lanyard, but I'm not sure why. I mean, why would you have it dangle all the way down there? Unless you're going to hold it like somebody who is interviewing, or maybe if you're doing a dramatic phrase.
Magnets. We love some magnets.
What? And the, as you could see, the windscreen falls off very easily.
Because of the stupid shape of this nugget. Actually sounds pretty good. This is what it sounds like cleaned up. This is what it sounds like before it's cleaned up.
Now we're going to do a test where you get to see what it sounds like after I clean it up in editing and what it's like when it's not cleaned up. And we're going to do the comparisons between straight mic, the lav mic that came with it, and another lav mic I have, a PowerDeWise.
This is what it sounds like cleaned up. This is what it sounds like garbage-icated.
Garbage-icated? You mean normal before the way it comes in?
Yes.
Now this is the LENSGO lav mic that comes with it in the box.
This is what it sounds like when it's cleaned up, and this is what it sounds like when it's garbage-icated again.
It's not garbage.
AKA normal.
Yes, normal. I clean up all my audio, so this is good comparison.
Why are you using a laptop dongle?
Because that thing takes TRS, not TRSS.
Oh.
To answer his question, and yours if you're asking it, for some reason, the lav mic that comes with this, focus! You can't use on a cell phone without an adapter. It's TRS. That's the best focus I'm going to get. It's only 3. So in order to use a different lav mic on this, I have to use the PC adapter.
Okay.
So give us a test.
This is what it sounds like cleaned up, and this is what it sounds like when it's normal and garbage.
Normal and garbage. Now for this next part, we test the range, and I'm sure you'll be as impressed as I was. We go really far in the house, and then it's still working, so then we go outside really far as I felt comfortable going while recording this video. Now here's a real test, because the point of this thing is that it's wireless. As you can see, I have it hooked up to camera 1 with the included TRRS cable that you can use for smartphone. That you can use for smartphone. That you can use for smartphones. Why don't you walk over to my media center PC?
Goodbye.
And say some random jokes into the mic.
This will probably still be working because it's only like 5 feet away.
Well, you're not 5 feet away. You're like 20 feet.
Something like that.
Now, what about going in the basement? All right, basement test.
Random test.
Go way over there. Way over there in the corner. All right, get as far away from the thing as you can.
It's probably still paired.
Well, yeah, it's paired. I wonder how far it would actually work.
Idea.
What? Go outside?
Yes.
Let's go outside.
Yes.
I'm grabbing a flashlight.
Okay.
If you're enjoying this type of content, please subscribe. It'll help the channel out. You know, coax YouTube's algorithm to show me some love. You know how it works. Button's down there. And moving back into the review. All right, we are in the outside. Talking to the microphone.
Is it still paired?
Well, Court, I don't know. Is it still transmitting? Is it still receiving? Can you hear me? Those are better questions.
Yeah, can you hear me? If you can't, then this isn't picking up.
All right, go to the fence. Because that would be like 50 feet. I think this will be far
I'm pretty
enough.
sure the range is 50 meters, which is 150.
So now we're at the fence. And the house is way over there.
Why are there kid eyes here?
It's a random stray cat. I can have random cats. You want to try to pet it? See if it runs away?
It is very confused. The majestic kit eye is walking and confused. Look at it.
Tonight on a backyard wildlife. The feral kitten normally doesn't let me reach out and pet it. But this one was confused. It didn't run away. Maybe it's chasing the light. Maybe it's chasing leaves.
Maybe it wants to eat the
may
light.
never know. Maybe it wants to eat the light. You think it wants to eat the light?
Yes. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Go over there.
Go in the direction.
See that like patched pothole? Stop there.
Yeah, this.
Okay. And our house is way back there. We just walked like 100 feet.
Or something.
Or something. Say, what's your favorite candy bar?
Lily's.
Lily's chocolate.
That stuff is good and kind of good for you.
All right, let's go back inside because we just went really far, right?
Yeah. And also, we don't like being outside when it's so dark.
And it's cold too. So I read to find out why these things have such a huge range. It's because they transmit on the UHF spectrum. That stands for ultra high frequency. That's like old TVs in the 70s, 80s, and 90s use that to receive some channels from really far away. So that's really cool and interesting. The range is about 98 feet, which I think is why it didn't start to break up in our testing until we were about 100 feet away from the house, but I wasn't using any measuring system. I was just like 2 houses down the alley, almost. And now for everything that comes in the box. This wireless system comes with a lanyard, a SIM eject tool, actually, so you can use it to reset the transmitter and receiver if you need to. 2 USB micro B cables for charging them, a cable for connecting a DSLR camera, and that's TRS to TRS, a cable for connecting to a smartphone, and that's TRRS to TRRS, a sturdy carrying bag, this lav mic, a furry windscreen for using the transmitter's built-in mic, and clear to read instructions, which I actually used to learn like how to change the UHF channel if you're getting interference. All you got to do is press this button right here. By the way, I've been using this to record all of this right now so you can hear it. Both the receiver and the transmitter come with a built-in 500 milliamp battery, which run for about 6 hours. Each device has an on-off button, a power light indicator, which flashes when you change the channel, also when they pair with each other, a sturdy clip, pops right back on just like that. You probably heard a clunk. A charge port, a tiny what's-it hole for resetting it, which you probably can't see in the camera, can you? I'm staring at my OBS. There you go. Now you can see it. Little tiny hole. And they both have a 3.5 millimeter jack. One's obviously you want to put microphone into, and the other one you can plug into whatever, including headphones. Charlie and I tested it that way. And the transmitter has a built-in microphone there, so you don't even need to plug in anything. But speaking of all of that, let's move on to the score. I give it a 10 out of 10 for build quality. Both the receiver and the transmitter are really sturdy and look like they'll stand up to a lot of use, especially with the provided carrying bag, which seems very durable to me. However, as for accessories, I give this product a 7 out of 10. The furry windscreen, that some people call dead cat, morbid, falls right off of the transmitter. It's the right shape and size. Maybe they could put a groove or something on the transmitter so it grips it or something. And the TRRS cable that you can use to connect it to cell phones seem to like be cutting in and out for me. I did some other testing with Charlie and it didn't record audio at all. So I ended up buying a braided cable off of Amazon, and that's what I'm using right now over there. And the lav mic that came with it, the plastic sleeve over the connector part broke off. So I'm like, that sucks. That's not really good for the price that I paid for this thing, you know? I paid under $100, but for over 50, under 100, I was expecting cables that wouldn't fall apart and cut out. Another complaint about the cables is that the microphone jack uses TRS instead of TRRS. That's whatever. That's what DSLR cameras use, but not cell phones. That's just a personal gripe, you know what I mean? But all the other lav mics you buy are TRRS. And if you want to plug it into a DSLR camera or a computer, you have to use an adapter. So I was expecting this thing's lav mic and audio input jack to be TRRS, and they were not. As for sound quality, I give it a 10 out of 10. Here it is again. Recording on my PC generates more noise than recording on a cell phone because I got all those electronics inside my computer, obviously. But here it is clean. This is what it sounds like after I clean it up. And here it is recording into my PC before I clean it up. As you'll notice, there isn't much of a volume difference. That's the important thing, because it's very easy to use an application like Audacity to clean up the audio with just a simple noise reduction pass. Final score, I give it a 9 out of 10 because of the great audio quality, and the range and battery time is perfect for me. 6 hours, I could probably shoot a few scenes of a really complex video, or maybe 3 short videos, you know, without having to charge them again. And the range, I don't even have to worry about it. I just plug it into the camera and then keep the transmitter on the talent and go to town. But I'm still giving it a 9 out of 10 because of the accessories. They need to work on the cables and the furry windscreen staying on the transmitter, because I would actually use it. Those things knock out wind, like if I'm going to do an outside scene. They're really good for that. Would I recommend this wireless system? Yes, if you need a wireless system. Even with the accessories being funky on it, there's ways to get around it, like replacing cables, or maybe using rubber bands on your windscreen, or maybe getting a different windscreen that goes down farther or something. You can figure something out. But are there alternatives to buying this? Yes. You could use an old smartphone with a lav mic. You'd be probably spending about the same amount of money to get a smartphone and a lav mic together, but it would be more work in editing. However, if you buy this wireless microphone system, it'd be more work figuring out the accessories. So it's a toss-up. That's it for this video. I've been Robert Jene. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and you found it helpful, please give me a like below. If you've got any ideas or tips for myself or any other people watching the video, please put it in the comments. I'd love to see that. And if you want to see the other LENSGO mic that I did a review on, which is... Where are you at? Where are you at, other LENSGO mic? Where did I put you? If you want to see a video where I reviewed another LENSGO mic, which is a cardio directional one, click this card up here. If you want to see a funny sci-fi video that I did with my son, click this video up here. You can @ me at one of these locations over here, or you can subscribe to my channel right here. Thanks for watching. Peace.